Right then, so time for yet another battle report, and I'm joined again today by John. Okay, so today, something fresh for the channel is bolt action.
With a twist.
With a twist, yeah. So, what happens when 1944, 45, and I don't know, I haven't read the fluff actually, I did read it a while ago. I'm guessing probably in Alaska, because it always happens in Alaska.
Yeah.
There's a
or
rift.
on the moon.
Yeah, there's a rift.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically you find some goo. Which basically speeds along technology. So we're in 1947 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the war technically didn't end. Everyone just got really big sort of guns and superpowers. So we're playing Konflict 47 from Warlord Games. So John's going to be taking on the role of the Americans. Okay. Or Space Marines, as they pretty much look like. Yeah. Basically, he's going to be the Americans. A couple of walkers. Dreadnoughts. A bazooka team and some bits and bobs. And I'm going to be playing a very small Russian list. So this is what's happened. 1943, loads and loads of soldiers, just throw them at. Keep throwing them. 1947. Just bring in the big tanks, just see what we can do. So we're going to be playing 3-point defence. John's playing with a slightly smaller force, but he is defending. So basically, he's got 3 objectives on the table. And I need to secure 1 in order to gain a draw. If I don't get any objectives, John will win. And if I get more than 1 objective, i.e. 2 or 3, then the Russians win. Done?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll show you the forces. Hope you enjoy. If you do enjoy, remember to subscribe. Okay, do check us out at blackdragonminiatures.com. Konflict 47 being a Warlord product, 20% discount through our store. So do check it out, blackdragonminiatures.com. Right, we'll show you the forces. We'll get the game going. In fact, actually, no, it's a bit of a lie because I'm only going to show you John's force to start with, because my force haven't come on yet. Because we're going to put an artillery bombardment in first, hopefully, unless I roll a 1, and then my force is going to come in, so you'll see it as the game progresses. Okay, right, so see you in a bit. Okay, so here we have our futuristic battlefield, which is basically a foobarred up village somewhere in Don't Give a Fuckistan. So here we have the prep bombardment has just come in from the Russians and didn't do too much on the American right flank. A couple of pins on the squad in the building here, pin on the machine gun, missed the 2 walkers. Over this side, just behind here, unfortunately one of the lieutenant's buddies took a direct hit and he got splatted, 2 pins there. Missed the squad there, so I'm not quite sure how one of them got actually blown up, and 2 inches away they were fine, but there we go. Must be body armour. The oversized Tesla top on the Greyhound, he took a pin. The guys in the general store took a couple of pins, bazooka team a couple of pins, walk a couple of pins, and over by the fuel dump there they also took a couple of pins. So effectively, oh yeah, and there's a commander as well behind, just there. Just about to see the pin marker. Right, okay, so it is turn 1. So Russian dice and American dice all going in the back. I'm just going to bring everything on first turn because I've got a couple of big walkers and they're very slow, so no point sticking them in reserve. So we're just going to go for it. So the Russian mammoth enters the fray, and see down there at the armoured Americans. Fired the light autocannon, which missed, and the heavy howitzer also missed. Fortunately though, the light howitzer did hit, did kill one of them and issued a couple of pins out. So first blood to the Russians. Okay, so the Mastodon for the Russians has now entered the fray. Looking down the road, tried to get a shot off at the Greyhound, but he didn't like the 50-50 odds and has wrecked back out the way behind the hardware store. So there we have it. So end of turn 1, just a little bit of movement and mainly Americans rallying off the pins from the bombardment. So notable things that happened: the Grizzly came round, popped a shot off at the mammoth and unfortunately missed. Other than that, the bazooka team failed to pass their morale check, foobarred, but just stayed where they were. And that's pretty much it. Russian forces now on the board, so we'll just show you the Russian forces and then we're going to turn 2. Okay, so on the Russian left flank we've got a 5-man regular squad just with rifles that have moved up to take some cover behind the tree line there. As we said, the mammoth came on, managed to knock one of the armoured Americans over, but that was it. Got a second lieutenant along with the Siberian terror squad just holding position behind some cover of a ruined building. The Mastodon came on, popped a shot off at the Greyhound, but he ran away. And then we've got the Sisters, and they've come on just behind the Free Rifle squad, and then running ahead of them and taking cover behind another ruined building are the Ursus. So that is the Russian forces, and turn 2. So the Mastodon LMG fire has put a pin on the American heavy infantry. Unfortunately the heavy anti-tank gun failed to hit them. And next dice out was the American dice, and the Grizzly has done some damage on the Mammoth. So even with the Dozer blade and armor 10, managed to get a glancing blow and panic the Mammoth into gaining a down order. Okay, so end of turn 2. Again, not too much to report. The Mammoth went down, obviously took a couple of pins. Other than that, some long range fire going in on the terror squad, requiring 7, so they all managed to survive. The Russian second lieutenant took some took some fire from the Americans by the hardware store. It was enough to make him duck his head in. And then over on the far side, the Russian Free Squad, moving up on the outside, they took a casualty from the Americans from the ammo dump. Other than that, bit of rejiggering around. The bazookas team failed again to pass an order check, so they're still sat there behind the mud skipper. And that is the end of turn 2. So first dice out the bag, turn 3, and the Russian Mastodon has taken its chance and eliminated the American mud skipper, and that is now destroyed. Okay, so the Ursus have charged the airborne platoon by the fuel dump, and the airborne platoon passed their morale check and effectively overwatched or stood and shot, unfortunately not managing to even scratch one of the wolves as they came flying into the combat. So let's see how they get on. Okay, so the Ursus made short work of the airborne, but they did manage to drag one of the giant bears down at the same time, consolidating towards the hardware store. So the Grizzlies opened fire on the Mammoth, this time shot going wild, and over here the rifle squad, the inexperienced guys, they managed to pass the order check and moved up and miraculously shot the airborne NCO, so he is no more. Okay, so as the Russians continue their advance down the right flank, the Siberian terror squad have rushed in to try and put even more pressure on that American squad of airborne soldiers who've lost their NCO. Okay, so a little bit more action over in this combat zone. The Tesla Greyhounds advanced up, and believe it or not, from that range it missed the Siberians. However, the airborne, deciding that they don't want to take any hits from the Ursus, have managed to pour some fire in at point blank range and take one of them down. And also the Sisters have moved into the ruins, tried firing off a Panzerfaust at the Greyhound, and that failed to do anything. And then over on the left hand side, the unit that was hiding behind the ruined church has opted to peg it, and unfortunately got lit up by the MMG team over there, taking one of them down. And then the Coyote has run down the road onto the Russian left flank and try and come round. Okay, so the armoured American infantry have just come round the corner to light up the Siberian Terrors. 14 shots and managed to kill one Terror armed with a knife. And that was it. So, yeah, definitely some more shooting practice. Or unless this is the American Home Guard. Okay, so turn 4 coming into. A couple of bits happened in turn 3. Obviously the Americans lost 2 dice, so 10-9 now in the bag. It's a little bit more even for the Russians. Unfortunately the Mammoth failed its order check and has moved back slightly, so still on 2 pins. Other than that, a little bit more action over in the far corner, and Americans came out of the building just down here, popped some fire onto the squad that's running away. Failed to kill anyone. So that's where we are. As you can see, not a lot left of the Siberian Terror squad. They lost 4 to the armoured infantry with their first dice. So that took 4 of them down. Then they lost another 2 in combat, but they did manage to take out the Airborne squad that was there. So that's where we are. Okay, so the Daughters of the Motherland have fired their last Panzerfaust and yet again missed the Greyhound, but they did open up with the assault rifles and managed to kill 3 of the armoured Americans, which was pretty good going. So the Free Russian squad have fired on the US lieutenant and his crew, managed to kill 2 of them, and the presence of the werebear has meant that the lieutenant's had enough and legged it, so destroyed unit. Okay, a little bit of action there. The Russian squad just down here ended up hitting the dirt, getting some fire from the Coyote and the Airborne squad and the MMG team. This objective is pretty much secured, so we can't do anything with that one. And which one was this one called? This is the Grizzly, wasn't it? Yeah. So the Grizzlies move forward, put another pin on the Mammoth, trying to keep it out of the game as best it can. And then finally, after 3 turns of epic failure, they finally managed to do a rally and get their pins off. So did a foobar first turn, then a 10 which they failed, then an 11 which they failed, and finally managed to shift the pins just in time, as this objective is looking under threat from the amount of Russians. However, the Tesla did manage to wipe out quite a few of the sisters there, and they've lost nearly half their squad. Right, turn 5 coming up. So the Coyote charged in. The Russians failed to react. However, they did manage to put 2 wounds or 2 hits back on the Coyote, but failed to do any damage, and the Coyote made short work of them, squishing all 4. Over here, the Tesla has taken out another one of the Siberians, although they went down, and try and make it as difficult as they could. The ladies of Russia, Mother Russia, advanced out of the ruin and lit up the US infantry and have wiped them out. So yeah, all starting to happen, and casualties all over the place, not a lot left. So next dice. So the Russian big tank has finally managed to get hold of that Greyhound and has immobilised him. Fortunately, 2 rolls on the damage table resulted in a 1 and a 2, so immobilised and stunned. So not great, but at least he's not running away now. So the Grizzly has moved into the centre of the board, try and keep the Russians away from the central objective, and managed to take down 2 or 3 of the ladies. Again, Russians getting a bit desperate now, running out of time. Junior lieutenant's trying to head off to try and do the mission. The inexperienced squad have managed to secure the right hand side objective, and the Coyote is now disabled, and so is the Greyhound. So the Americans have only got the one vehicle moving around the board at the minute. End of turn 5, and quite a lot of pins coming on to the Russians now. Americans having lost mobility on 2 of the vehicles, but they're still in the fight. American paras that were by the water butt are now moving across to the middle, try and secure that second objective and hold the result. Bazooka team actually managed to do something this turn, which was move to within point blank range of a bunch of Russians in a big blob, and managed to hit them but failed to kill them on a roll of a 1. So definitely stars of the show are the Russian heavy bazooka, the American Russian sort of relative bazooka team. So the Russian junior lieutenant tried to run across to the barricade there, and got taken out by the ambushing machine gun team. Okay, so the Mammoth managed to finally hit home on the Grizzly and issue 6 pins, but failed to do anything else. The junior lieutenant opened fire point blank onto the regular squad here, failed to do anything. The ladies here, they Daughters of the Motherland, they managed to double 1 their morale check and managed to kill one of the Airborne, who have run around the back of the building there to secure the second objective. And that was pretty much it. And the roll for turn 7 was a 5. So we are going into turn 7, final turn, with the result of the scores currently 2-1 in favour of the Americans, but would still be a draw unless the Russians can dislodge the Americans from that central objective. So game on. Okay, so with the realisation that the Russians couldn't get that second objective, the best I could have done would be to get 5 on 5. The reality was that they just ended up shooting the second lieutenant, the Americans. So result was a draw, as the Russians managed to secure one of the objectives, but they needed an extra turn, needed turn 8 to to get the other one, I think. And there we have it. So the battlefield, the Russians have 2 fully intact, no pinned heavy tanks. The entire American armour is immobilised, and literally 1 squad of Airborne and a machine gun team left. So that's the end of the game. So good game to John, and we'll do a debrief. Right then, so yeah, debrief time.
Yeah.
3-point defence. Yeah, probably one of the worst bolt action scenarios out, and we happen to roll it for this bad boy. So
It's just too difficult to win.
Yeah.
If you're the attacker.
Yeah, I mean, and in fairness, John was playing a couple 100 points light as well. So so yeah, don't be too disappointed by that. But then saying that, I was playing 500 points light because I took a Mammoth, and what a waste of points they are. That's 65 pounds of resin that I'm never going to get out of the box again. Yeah, I mean, scenario, obviously we gave John the chance to choose the scenario. Obviously opted for one he knew he was going to win. And obviously he got to choose sides as well, got to place the objectives, and he knew I had 2 tanks that basically walk as fast as a blind person with 1 leg and a 2-legged dog.
Pretty quick then.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, tanks couldn't close. Obviously he was a lot more mobile.
I don't know, your infantry closed pretty quick.
Not really.
The big
Yeah, the big thing.
Well,
yeah, but
always
again,
in the-
they died. They died. So
little stubby dudes.
yeah. Well, yeah, but there's one of them left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they are quite quick. Those and the bears, but the rest of it, yeah, struggled. However, unit of the day, 3 Russian squad. Wowzers. They were amazeballs.
Yeah.
I think I should win
They were
morally just on
definitely-
that, because it cost me now. For those that care, it was 7 order dice to 3 in favour of the Russians, and as I say, 3 of the walkers, well, 2 walkers and the greyhound, all immobilised. And in all honesty, if I could roll above a 1 or a 2 on a damage roll, they'd have been dead. so yeah, that might have changed things a little bit as well. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, refused the left flank. Knew I only had to get 2 objectives, so basically set everything up accordingly, or came on accordingly. But yeah, it just wasn't enough because scenario sucks. But well done for John.
Cheers. It was a draw.
It was a draw. It was a draw. We're both losers, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did
Especially
get
considering
I did get a man to contest it, so by definition,
We both got 1.5. So it's
yeah,
a
yeah,
draw.
yeah. So still a draw, still a draw. But morally, again, I've got Dode literally behind the wall with a knife ready for you, sitting on ambush, you big gay lord. Right. Yeah. So obviously, if you if you like that, and you like Conflict 47. Then obviously do subscribe. We will try and do some more. I'll get my Germans out next time. They're a bit more mobile.
Are they dirty?
Zombies are. And flying vampires. Flying vampire. And they've got tanks. They've got tracks and everything. They move.
What?
Yeah, I know. Amazing. Yeah.
That's not right. It should have legs.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure about the dozers either. I wasted like 40 odd points on the dozers. Just not enough firepower for the amount of points. Same problem when you go over tigers and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, 400 odd points, 500 odd points. 1 gun basically on that. It's not enough.
It's a really good gun.
It's only +6.
Most of my armour is only
Yeah.
up to 8.
Yeah, but it don't matter when you only roll 1 or 2 on damage, does it? But no, I mean, what's it in +7 is max, isn't it, in BA? So
Yeah, super heavy.
yeah, super heavy. So that's just a heavy tank. It's like it's 400 something points for the Mastodon, and it's a bit meh. It's got the big HE rule,
Yeah.
but meh. Yeah, so we wanted to show you the K-47 vehicles. Obviously, we could have taken a lot of other stuff, so I could have filled it with T-34s and infantry and whatnot. But we wanted to get the big stuff in, show you what it's like. And yeah, I mean, again, the bears were good. They didn't survive as long as I thought they might. I thought they would have had like wounds and stuff, but yeah.
No, I suppose they've got their 5 up, feel no pain type thing. But
Yeah, but that's the same as a zombie
yeah.
who's made of goo. And this is a giant bear with claws and stuff. I mean, 3 attacks is nice, but a unit of 3, I mean, you can take them in units of 6, I think.
Yeah. That'd be nasty.
It would, but it's also really expensive.
Yeah.
And you just rinse them with gunfire.
Yeah.
So, or HE.
To be fair, it's what I was going to try and do when they came round.
Yeah.
But it didn't work.
No. So anyway, do check us out, do subscribe, and you'll see more of John, no doubt, because obviously local gamer and loves it. And yeah, I'll play anything. So equally, guys, if you're local to the Midlands and you want to play and you want to be on YouTube, then do check us out, and especially Rob Berman at Mantic. I understand there's an email on its way to me. I've not had it yet. Send it over. We'll get some Armada, which is coming out. Get that sorted. And if you got the time, we'll have a game of Dreadball as well, which is by far the best Mantic game anyway. None of that Dead Zone stuff. Dreadball is where it's at because it's amazing. It's better than Guild Ball. Is Guild Ball even a thing anymore?
It's still played. It's not supported. Or
No,
anything,
no,
though.
not supported.
No.
And basically, it's going to die. It's not
Yeah.
like Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl, great, but Dreadball. Dreadball's the one. Check it out, guys. There's a couple of videos actually in the playlist, so check them out. Anyway, see you soon. Thank you very much for watching.